So the Pinetime's been getting quite a few updates in the last little bit. Um, this is mine, of course. I think I've showed it off with the alternate watch strap that I picked up for it. But basically, for a little bit, they've had external resources implemented as a thing. So you're able to add in certain alternate fonts or whatnot. But this is like the first update where they've really taken advantage of it. And here's kind of why it's cool. So they also added a couple watch faces to it. So this one that I have currently on it is a really cool one because for anyone that's really had one, it's basically a fake G-Shock watch face, which I've had G-Shocks before. They're really nice watches, and it's kind of cool to see the same thing here. So let's go in, and they've also changed some of the UI scheme somewhat, so you can still mess with it. All the apps are pretty much the same. I believe since I've last touched on it, let's see, that's a stopwatch. There's your alarm. So the UI on the alarm has changed slightly. So yeah, you can set it. It can daily, Monday, once, and you just change the time with the plus and minus there. There's your timer, and so on. Heartbeat sensor, of course. I don't have it started, but yeah. And what's cool is the watch face here on this one will actually, if you look real carefully, has a heartbeat sensor and the step tracker still on it, but it's got everything else that you see on the standard G-Shock watch face. So, of course, all the apps are the same pretty much. Were some fixes that they had to make, like improper time hacks for music. So yeah. The bigger changes are noticed in the settings here. So if we go to the bottom, I have validated the firmware on this. So it is 1.11. You can turn the Bluetooth off and on, of course, so that you don't always try and connect to something. But yeah. Shake, calibration, firmware, chimes. You can have a chime every hour. Well, I had it set at every hour, but yeah. So when I flashed this version of infinitime onto my pinetime, it did wipe a lot of the stuff that I had on it. So if you're updating to 1.11, it will do that. And with the external resources, you will have to sideload that on separately, which these external resources start to open the option for sideloading other things as well. So our display, timeout, let's see, wake up options. That's why it's not double tapping to wake up. Okay. And then finally our time format, of course, and then watch face. So these watch faces are the ones. So, of course, we've had pinetime style for a while, which looks like that. And then we've got the terminal one that they added that I never really covered on this at all, which I find kind of cool, actually. They did make the colors a bit more vibrant in an update a couple updates ago. And then finally, if we scroll up, we have the two new ones that use the external resources. The infinite face looks kind of like that. So it's got a few different side images here for it, and it does use an alternate font. But you can see it doesn't have a heartbeat sensor at it. It shows that we're connected to Bluetooth still, and it's still got a step counter. So, come on. Then, of course, we have our G-Shock one, Casio G-Shock watch face, which I've had on for a while. The one thing is you cannot change the colors on it, which would be kind of cool to be able to change the LCD color on it to a blue or something, so it you have different LCD color options that you have in some watches. So if you could change, not necessarily the black background, but the LCD gray green color to like a different LCD type color, get like that Game Boy Light color going on, that classic Game Boy color scheme going on, something like that. But of course, this is an awesome start. And again, this is like something you're picking up for 25 bucks plus like whatever shipping is. And depending on where you are, like shipping can be at least half that. So yeah, just a word of warning. Shipping's probably your worst enemy. But yeah, the infinitime has a lot of cool stuff in it. Oh, just getting calls in it is interesting because I can lift my wrist and just look and see who's calling me. If I get a message while I'm driving, I can look at it because it comes up. So if I go into Gadget Bridge, I can actually do test notifications. Let's see. Let me... Notification settings. Where was it? Not that one. Oh, and it does transmit your heartbeat over. So if so let me see if I can. So that's one thing they also did is transmitting heartbeat. So if you've got your infinitime on and you're streaming, does it show? Come on. Let me see if I can. Transmit the danged thing. Whatever. Let me see if it's... So yeah, there is no sleep function like in... Oh, Gadget Bridge can show you that. So let me see... There we go. So I had to go into debug. So if I were to get a message... So a message, I can just look at it there. So I do get this. You can filter out what apps will send notifications to it. So there will be certain apps that I have set that don't send notifications to my pinetime, which is like, okay, cool, thank you. But yeah, basically, there have been a lot of cool stuff updated to it. One of the few things where that's lacking really is pretty much some of the standard safety features that you see in like other smartwatches and whatnot. But yeah, heart rate test. No? Okay, whatever. But yeah, if you're looking for a good smartwatch option and you don't need all the fancy bells and whistles right now, a pinetime is a good option. And if you're really looking for something that you can mess around with, you can compile your own version of infinitime and add your own stuff to it as well. They have like guides on making watch faces and adding apps and whatnot. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Algorithm really seems to like that, and it actually helps it get directly out to more people. And you can even join the chat and interact when I'm not online or what have you in Discord, Guilded, XMPP, and check out my streaming stuff. Links are all in the description places, and I will see you guys later.